The video clip that I'm going to show you, that was something that we made for our own memories. So that was supposed to be a personal video, and that was made in a time when we were feeling absolutely hopeless, desperate, and I think it was one of the lowest, if not the lowest time during our lives. Now, this is something I'm sharing with you because in 1 year, we have seen the growth and a change of completely day and night. Things were like really different at that time when I was recording this video, which was around 2019. I will put the time and date and everything inside when the clip starts. And once the clip is done, I'm going to sit down and talk to you about what kind of things maybe you can understand from this and learn from this.
So, what is happening in our life?
We are trying everything possible to make money, but it's just not working out. To give you a bit background here, I moved to Germany in 2016 for my master's, around I think June, July or something. And then afterwards I shifted my master's. So from structural engineering, I'm from civil engineering background. So from civil engineering I went to structural engineering masters, and from structures I shifted to management and engineering. And that shift happened in 2017. So this is around like 2019 when I was in the middle of my master thesis. And you guys know from the previous video that the topic of my master thesis was increasing sales of digital products with marketing 4.0. So this is essentially what it is about. I have less than 3 months left for my master thesis submission. I have 15 days for my first exam. And I invested 5,000 euros in a course which I don't know if it will work out or not, to increase the sales of my own course. Right, so this was the business coach that I generally always talk about. Like, this was the time when we were, still trying to figure things out, and we were like, nothing is working out. I tried things on my own. So the entire thesis was about a project. The project was my course, the online course for studying in Germany. And they're, of course, students from different kind of countries who are not yet in Germany and want to plan their studies in Germany, enroll, and they receive guidance from the moment they enroll in the course till the time their master's is done in Germany. So this kind of support that we offer like nobody else does. So the idea was that, and I was alone, of course, trying everything I could. So I was trying to change the banner of the cover page. I was trying to change the font. I was trying to put a new video inside. I was trying to make surveys. I was trying to do everything I could. But then reached a moment when I was like, this is not going to work out. I need to start looking what other people are doing, and I need to start approaching other people in order to get some help. Because if I just rely on myself right now and things haven't worked out since 2018, so since I started the Big Academy around, I think, September 2018, so it had been a year. And the sales did not grow as I wished them to grow. And there was no marketing strategy. The only marketing strategy was pretty much to mention it in videos and just make YouTube live sessions or something like that. But that was not enough. So I approached this business coach, and this is where I invested 6,000 US dollars or 5,000 euros. And this was at our time 25% of our yearly earnings. So you can just imagine how painful, how scared, how desperate we must have been that you put 25% of your money, of your yearly earning inside in a person, trust that person, and hope that things are going to work out well. Of course, he's not going to completely switch things up. Again, you have to do most of the work. That's the entire point of coachings, business coachings, or any other things. You have to work on yourself too, but I think this investment was pretty important.
I have 700 euros minus on my account.
And I just have 2 euros in my account.
And we have 1,700 minus on our credit card bill.
Holy fuck. I think you can see that it's not a joke at this time. It's just a really, really bad situation that we are in.
We are broke.
I didn't understand that. I forgot it actually. The credit card thing. Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, we still have savings, which are supposed to be savings.
I don't think this is time to be hopeful at all. I think this is just time to sit down and cry.
But Napoleon Hill is saying to never give up. And only the unsuccessful and normal people give up. And the successful people, they don't give up.
Yeah, but where do you know is the limit? I think this pretty much kind of like summarizes like how relationship between me and Alina is, that Alina is most of the times the person who is like, yeah, I think we can make through this. This is not going to be a problem. I'm the kind of person like, I kind of like figure out all scenarios. So every positive, every negative scenario in my brain, like these branches happen and like, okay, if I take this decision, this can happen, then afterwards this can happen. And I'm like kind of like bothered by all of those different scenarios. But Alina is like, yeah, we can make through this. And like you can see the concern on our faces, like this is crazy. I mean, when do you stop working?
Limit is even people, they don't have savings, they have like minus completely, they have debt, they still keep on trying. We still have money, even though this whole minus thing feels shit, but we still have 30,000 euros.
We were the kind of people who would always put money to the side. So whenever you're going out or something and like, you know, you have some coins set aside whatsoever, you just like get them converted into bills and you directly like, you know, put it in the safe. So in our bank, we used to have a separate safe where we would like keep the cash so that it's not in the bank account and we cannot just like, you know, burn it out right away. And this was something that we started doing from as soon as we like, you know, started living together. So like from 2016, like we were saving everything we could. Like if we would get some more money somewhere, we would put it to the side because we knew that someday might happen where like things go completely wrong. And what can you do then if you have no money? Like many people say that, okay, like, you know, money doesn't bring happiness and stuff like that. But what you have to understand is like money gives you power to like, you know, handle problems. Like if there's some kind of like situation which occurs, you can hire a lawyer and like ask him to like, you know, help you out with something. If there's something with taxes, you can hire a good tax consultant or something and like let them handle that thing. So money gives you that power. So like money is very important. Like I do not understand the people who say like, you know, money is not important or something, or like, yeah, you should like give half of the money away to the state or whatsoever. I do not have any understanding for that, because I know like when things go wrong in your own life, the state is not going to come to like help you out.
That's why we will order some pizza.
And that makes me feel even more horrible.
That you really don't have fucking 20 euros for pizza.
No, this is real. I mean, so when you're in a bad state, most of the times what happens is like you just keeps on like getting worse and worse and worse. Unless you like actually take some step, you realize what is happening and you try to change things. So what's happening here is like, you know, we are like sad anyways that like nothing is working out. We are not able to make sales for our courses because the course sales is bound with the master thesis. If I don't have course sales, my master thesis fails and my entire master's like takes longer, and then we do not have more months when I can like maybe do a normal job or work on my business. And this was like a very scary situation for us because everything was like combined with each other. I have to spend time on course to make it better so that like it can run, and if it doesn't run, then master thesis screws up. And then I also have to invest time in actually working on the master thesis. And then when nothing is working out and we are sad, we just like, you know, order pizza, and like, you know, that's just how you keep on putting more and more weight. I think like not being happy in life or being in a bad place in life, that can also like, you know, lead to a lot of like, you know, health problems and deterioration of health. And this is why you should be just like actively be in some kind of communities, be in some kind of groups which help you out. If not, then like, you know, just have some self-help books. Of course, like this is sometimes feels like such a cringe that why you're recommending these things to other people, but like they have helped me out. You know, like you don't need to believe 100% of everybody, whatever they say, but like just get some opinions. Like this is what I can tell you. Yeah, I have 2 euros on my account. Alina has 700 euros minus.
And 1,700 on the credit card.
Alina, this is really depressing, man. Like this makes me jump out of the balcony right now. That's how it makes me feel.
But Rishu, we are still doing so much better than other people.
I don't know that. I have to tell you the mindset behind. I mean, if you just think about it, my master thesis was approved around like December 2018. And since that time, I was like, you know, trying to like figure out different kind of ways, have surveys, blah, blah, and just trying everything I could. Imagine you have a project and your entire academic career depends on it, and you have to make it run because you kind of set a challenge for yourself when you were taking that project, that first of all, the professors are kind enough that they let you work on your own business and they support you with some kind of guidance. Although support did not really happen in this particular scenario because, well, everybody got super busy as soon as the project kicked in. So I was entirely on my own till now. Just think about a person who's trying everything and nothing is working out.
Rishu, I think once you finish your masters, it will already be a huge relief.
Yeah, this
and
masters is it's stuck in my throat
and you can
I'm not
always
able to
do things.
breathe. That's what I feel about the masters thing. So I think as a student, it's possible to feel like this sometimes. Especially because you're not earning anything. You don't have any weekends. On the weekends, you essentially have to work. You have to work on the next assignment, have to work on the next presentation, have to work any kind of let's say homework or something that the professors give you. That was the problem. And then on top of that, I was if this is working the entire time, if this is happening the entire time, I'm not having the time to focus on my business further. So it was me stuck in the middle of two worlds. And also I think the job, I do not quite remember. I think I left my job in 2018, my part-time job, but till that time I was trying to do my business, do YouTube, do my studies, and I was doing the part-time job which was making me around 400-500 euros per month or something like that, because I was in the tax class 5. I was earning lesser, Alina was earning more, and that's why we essentially also started saving up money on the side. We were okay, we are going to give ourselves 3 or 5 or 6 months for the business to run. If it doesn't run, I'm going to do the PhD and do a job. And you will also see the responses for that in the video.
I mean, if things still fuck up, what I don't think they will, but still, just in case, you can always do your PhD and keep on still working on your...
Do you think a man would be able to do anything once he knows that he actually failed in the other thing?
But Rishu, this is the problem. You are not supposed to give up.
So that kind of summarizes everything again. So again, I'm trying everything I could, and I'm if I fail in making this master thesis work, if I fail in actually increasing the sales, increasing the revenue, and there is no master thesis in the end, so that means there is no masters, and that also means there is no job, no PhD, nothing. I was how are we going to make things work? And then Alina was still yeah, we can do this.
You will be a normal person if you give up. And you don't want to be a normal person. Yeah. Your last words.
My last words is... I feel desperate. That's what I feel like.
Desperate houseman.
And that's my voice cracking right there. So again, just a very, very bad time for us. We were thinking that... So at this moment, of course, we were making the video thinking that maybe things will get better sometime in the future. But we were not... I was not hopeful. I was thinking that yes, it would be nice, but it wasn't we know it will be nice. That's why we are making this video. But if things change sometime in the future, maybe it would be interesting to look back to this. You can also see on my computer right now, I'm still working on the complete course for studying in Germany, trying to figure out a new banner or something, or reposition things so that people have more attention on the landing page. And I was really treating the course as a product that, for example, you would be working as a consultant for another company. Now you're trying to make them have better revenues and stuff. And this was my product, which I was trying to optimize.
Well, anyways, you have me to support you.
No, I really want to ask money from my parents.
For what?
Because I'm almost fucking going into minus, and then most of the minus is coming because of me.
Don't worry.
And we cannot forget about all of the Turkey tickets that you booked. My goodness, yeah. That actually happened. We were hopeful. We were okay, till that time things are going to work out and stuff. So we already had booked, I think, a 10-day trip or something to Turkey, and we wanted to just go around and see different kind of places, relax a bit, because we did not have any vacation for a long time. So we were okay, we are going to do that. And I of course, like, in our university time, so of course I come from India, and in India it's very normal that when you're studying, like, your parents, like, give you money or something. So this was like my, I don't know, I think the child inside me, like, trying to say that, hey, okay, if nothing's working out, like, let me just ask some money from my parents. But if I would have done that, I think that would have been really, really bad. Like, that's the thing, like, this is essentially me in that state speaking out loud, like giving all of the thoughts that I'm having in my mind, and I don't know what kind of like options I'm trying to figure out. And there could have been a lot of wrong paths from that moment onwards, but we fortunately, like, worked hard enough and like took the right one.
Look, we will manage. We always did, and we will in the future also.
Yeah, we managed with how much? We managed with 500 euros.
When we actually only had 2 euros in our pockets for the end of the month, but actually had only 2 euros.
Exactly. That was also the time when we just had like 2 euros in the bank account, and we were going in the supermarket. I wanted to buy something, and then we saw in the wallet, and it was like, yeah, it's not doable. So we just bought, I think, the bread or something, and like we went back home. It was 2017 or something like that. That was also a bad time or something. I think there were, only 1 month when I have like 3,000 euros in revenue in 1 month, right? And I was like so excited. I took Alina out for a restaurant, and I was like, man, like, I'm earning so much more money now. And I was like, okay, let's enjoy this, because that moment came after a very long time. But otherwise we were like 500 to 800 euros or something, like that was what I was earning every single month.
And when we were having
had savings at that time or no?
Very less, just like 2,000 or something. That was like for the real bad days. But anyways, we had more expenditure than we had earnings, and that was a crazy time. And there we actually really only had like 2 euros and all.
I feel so desperate that I don't want to sleep. I want to keep on working, because I just have 24 hours in a day, and there's still like so many different things I can try. Yeah, so this is the state I enter inside when I see like, things are maybe really bad and it's time to change things. So then like I'm working like as much as I can. I remember the time when I was like trying to grow the Bharat in German YouTube channel. So I used to edit the video till like 5:30 in the morning, and then I would sleep for 2-3 hours sometimes, and then I will go for the part-time job or for my classes. And I was like very, very passionate about it, because I was like, hey, this is very interesting, like, we have an opportunity to make it grow. So I think we will talk about it later. It would be better once the video is done. And everything is like stuck together. The exams are stuck to the master thesis. The master thesis is stuck to my business. The business is stuck to my time. And there's only so much time I can like take out for different things. I'm already happy that this fucking thing in my throat didn't turn out to be some kind of cancer shit, because, well, that would have been worse.
Of course.
That would have been the worst, because this thing, when it was getting big, it was already like a huge pain, and in breathing and eating and swallowing and everything. And it went on for three weeks or something alone. Yep. So I still have something. There was some kind of mole, and I think like it swelled completely, and I couldn't like drink water properly. I couldn't eat anything. But everybody who's living in Germany, you guys know how much time it takes to get an appointment from a Hautarzt. Or if you're just in the public health insurance system, you're not in the private health insurance system, then just going to specialists, like, it is just not possible directly. This was like all major pain. Like I went to a few, I think, these skin dermatologists at that time, and I wanted them to check me up. One took 20 seconds, saw it, and I was, yeah, we have to cut it out and blah, blah. Because again, they want to take as many customers as they can. Because from the public health insurances, they're not getting a lot of money. And that means the kind of like treatment you get generally, it is not the best. Like, I do not understand, like, why people complain so much about other countries, when many times it depends on scenarios, like what kind of experience you're also having in Germany, especially for the skin and stuff. Like, that takes some time. And then I think recently, last year, I went to a skincare doctor. And it was private, so I paid I think around 80 euros or something, and I had the checkup and everything. My eyebrow was completely, it's still having some kind of issue. I have a lot of like dandruff there somehow, and that was just, it got worse, and the skin was just like completely inflamed, so I had to go to the doctor, and it was just 80 euros, and I was like, that's nice. Like, instead of paying 800 euros per month in health insurance, many people don't know it because as a student you're only paying 100 euros as public health insurance, but as a self-employed, when you're paying 800 euros per month in health insurance, then you just feel like, maybe having private is much better than this.
Yeah, at least we are healthy for now, and that is most important. I mean, money, if you are unhealthy and about to die, then money will also not matter to you at that point. Anyways, we will not give up. We have some time left to experiment.
Yes.
We have
Fake hope.
We have no kids.
Fake hope for the win.
We have no house.
Yeah.
Which we have to worry about losing. We still have the time.
This was essentially like the video. Like, in the end, the silver lining was that, alright, like, everything can just like screw up right now, and we still have some kind of like saving on the side, and we do not have any kids that we have to take care of. We do not have a house. We did not have a house at that time. We were also not planning on buying a house because our finances, like, they were in such different situation than we are in right now, because of course yesterday you saw the video how I make over 500,000 euros a year from 7 different income sources. But just in 2019, right now it's 2021, and like just in 2019, it is like what, 1.5 years ago or something. This is how we were. This is how bad the situation was. Us having like, minus on the credit card, 2 euros in the current account. We had some saving because we always knew things can go south. And this is very important. This is something I can recommend any single one of you, that when you are like, planning your finances, when you're planning your personal budget, always have a cash cushion on the side. Like, always have some kind of emergency funds. If you don't have it, you will never be able to get out of the rat race. You will never be able to like focus on the things that you love. And every single month when the new month starts, you will be focusing on the job, and you will be like focusing on trying to like, get the money home again so that you can pay the normal bills and everything. Right now, of course, like, things are better money wise. That is not a problem at all. And what I told you already is like, when you have money, you can hire the right people, you can hire the right lawyers, you can hire the right tax consultants, but the problems do not go away. And of course, like, it would sound like such a weird thing for so many people, but you just have then of course more problems with tax authorities and everything. I mean, we keep on like getting like new news after the next, new paperwork to file, and like, we are in Romania right now, but still like the paperwork that we are doing or like have to do in Denmark for Alina's business or for my business, it's not stopping. And this is like, unfortunately, the story with let's say Western European countries now. Like, they just want to see, they actually wrote to us, like, they want to see every single transaction in our bank account, where we paid for groceries, where we got the money, where we spent the money, blah blah. It's just so invasive. It's unbelievable. But again, we have nothing to hide, so that is not a problem at all. But you have to see that problems change. Problems change from you not having money to you having money and still having some kind of problems. But the difference is, when that happens, when you have money and you have problems, you have the power of solving it. You have to keep this in mind. Okay, like, money is not the most important thing or something like that. Many people can feel that way. But I really believe if you do not have money, like, just the power of like, handling different kind of problems, it does not exist. So you should definitely work on your finances, try to like make things run. Get help from outside people. I tell you, from that time when you saw this video till now, I think the one very key turning factor that I would say I had in my business was hiring a business coach. And of course, like, when I know that this is how much a person like me could have gotten help from this individual, like, I'm also like, planning to start my own coaching business, but this is going to be sometime in the future. Right now, we have our own stuff to take care of with the marketing consulting for different kind of companies. But I think like coaching is something that I would also like, really be interested in, because I know how it essentially completely changed our lives. We were able to move to so many different places. We were able to buy a house on an island. We were able to like, invest a lot of money inside in order to like, make it look nice and everything. And none of this would have been possible like if I wouldn't have taken that step then. If I wouldn't have hired, or if I wouldn't have spent 5,000 euros inside, which was our 25% of the yearly income in that business coach, and worked my ass off when he was like giving me instructions, then I would be right now maybe like not continuing this channel, because there wouldn't be anything to talk about business and there wouldn't be anything to talk about finance. I would be just like, doing my PhD or something. And I would be making videos on Paris in Germany just about like how do you do your PhD further and all of that stuff. So yeah, things can change, and things can change in a short time. Things can change sooner than you expect them. They could change. But the only thing that you have to do is you have to go into the right direction. You have to get help from the right people if you're not able to do it on your own. Right now, for example, we have the personal trainers and stuff, and the personal trainers, even in Romania, they cost 290 euros for 10 sessions. It's also like, not a cheap price if we think about the general salaries and everything here. But if you're not able to do it on your own, it always makes sense to take outside help, let them help you out a bit, let them put you in a specific direction, and just run from there. So this is pretty much also, let's say, the background of the other video that we had. Yes, 500,000 euros in a year is nice, but you also get there from a very specific stage. You are not born with it, like, unless like, you inherited from your parents or something. We didn't. We also come from middle class families, and this worked out well. No? But it was all effort. It was all just pushing and trying to get better. I hope you learned something. If you have any kind of questions whatsoever, you can let me know in the comments below. And if you have now watched the video till the end, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. That really helps. And I'll see you in the next one.